What time is it? Your show. Yeah, what time is it? Your show. Yeah, what time is it? Your show. Yeah, he's back from the dead. Your show. Putting it on the map, yeah. Saskatoon. Right next to New York. New York. Yeah, what show, yeah. Your show. What time is it? Your show. Yeah, time to talk some shit, yeah. Your show.
You've tuned in, yeah?
Yeah, fun Maggie. Bark, bark, wolf, wolf, move on to treat, yeah. Keep listening.
Hello and welcome into yet another week of your show. My name is Gary, and I hope you had the best, most incredible, long weekend of your life. Around here, we had our first ever 4-day long weekend, and I managed to stay out of the studio for one day, which felt pretty good. So 1 day away, but then we had to get back in because we had a whole bunch of stuff we had to get done. And thank you to everybody who always allows us and helps us along the way and figuring all the stuff that comes along with running a network and keeping it running smoothly like we always do around here. So very, very proud. This show right here, the only live show originating from Saskatoon on the internet from 4 to 5 p.m. as far as we know on the internet. That makes it different, that makes it special, that makes it stand out. And we're so unbelievably proud to be able to say that because we live in a world where no one else can say that. Everyone's trying to duplicate everything else that everyone else is doing, but not here. We try to trend set and or trailblaze as much as possible. And a great example of that is the 5-time award-winning greatest camera in the history of all cameras. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Maggie Cam. Look at that, eh? The awards right there. You can see all 5 of them. The best in the biz at what she does. The Maggie Cam, proudly brought to you by our fantastic pals over at Pet Planet on 8th Street, your pet's natural grocer. Maggie's boyfriend, Leroy, also a greeting dog. Greets you at the door, says bed's right beside it, walks you up, you say hi to Rochelle or Mike, and then your shopping experience truly begins. Whether you're looking for all the latest in foods, be it the dry foods or the raw foods in the fridges at the back, they got you covered. Whether you're looking for the latest in all the clothing trends for your animals, they have them in there as well. If you're looking for toys or treats or pooper scooper pick-uppers, it's all there as it is that time of year, as well as the greatest cleaning station in the history of the universe, right in the back, right beside those fridges that have all of the raw food in. If you're looking to change the diet, all of that and so much more. It's all waiting for you. They're open after hours as well as on weekends. We say it all the time here, but we truly mean it. Pet Planet on 8th Street, the best in the universe. So much so that everyone here, we all go there and we support our friends over there. And we do that with all the businesses on this network because we believe in these businesses. We don't just take a paycheck and say, oh yeah, go see these guys. No, we live that. And that's another one of those things you can be so proud of because we live in a world where everyone just takes a paycheck, but we do it differently here. And Pet Planet on 8th Street, a perfect example of that. So thank you again to all of our friends over there, Kirsten, Char, and Chris, after hours on weekends, and just everybody, man. It's such an awesome place to go and get your pet stuff done. Tuesday's here. Yes, it is Tuesday. Short week. Very cool. Normally, we have 3 dudes. Those 3 dudes have come together and they've formed, I'm saying it like I'm not a part of it. We came together and we formed a little show called the All Out of Angst podcast. And we even got an intro made. Drag on this show. We got Drag on the ones on Tuesday. Watch this. Wait for it. Here it comes. Boom. And there's supposed to be some shredding right now. Beep-a-dee-ba-doo. From the song that we wrote that we're going to be releasing at some point. It's the All Out of Angst podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, Uncle Mike and his all natural products and Matt from all the bands out here, which means we have Uncle Brando! Hey. I can't do the whole way turnaround.
See, I do the pre-spin to make sure I don't hit anything.
Boy, did I ever butcher that.
That was terrible.
Now,
I could see the gears turning. I could see them.
Gears were turning, your chair was not turning.
This is, you know what? This is what's happening on Thursday too, hey? We were having some issues with all this stuff. Let's be hyper aware just as we move along because these things can get a little squirrely sometimes. So Matt from all the bands currently working today. So he is watching and listening over at the dump. So thank you to him.
Hi, Matt.
And thank you to Super Nintendo Anderson for always helping you out over there. And the audio version's coming. You can search anywhere on the internet, All That Angst Podcast, except the last couple haven't been uploaded yet. I will get on that, I promise you. With Matt being absent, we brought in a guy who's here every Tuesday because we stream over on the Twitch stream every Tuesday, except for today because we had the Bamfords in doing another recording for their Beyond the Keys podcast. And I said, you know what? Uncle Brando's already here. He's literally our age. He has all the angst that we all have, or he's out of all of it. However we word it, I get it all mixed up all the time. I said, I think it's about time we bring him in. So one half of the Commander Cookout podcast, the full meal deal of the BBO and the CCO and the YTC. Uncle Brando, thank you and welcome.
Hello, I'm happy to be here. Do you mean to tell me that if I needed a show off from here, all I have to do is take a dump?
Yeah.
I just hold it until after the show, is what I do.
It's the magic of dumps, man.
Man, I gotta...
You know, it could be used in so many different ways.
I gotta talk to my agent is what I need to do. This
not just a great place to go questing, but also a great move to do if you're feeling a little bloated.
What?
Yeah. You know, questing at the dump and find cool shit.
I didn't think they let you do that anymore.
Well, they don't.
Man.
That's why it's called questing and not trespassing.
Ah, yes,
see what I'm
okay.
saying?
It's crime, but not crime.
There you go.
I used to go out there when I used to work like a landscaping kind of job and some general maintenance.
Yep.
And I used to love driving the dump trailer out because I get to throw all the garbage out, and I would save all the things that were made out of glass. And then things that were heavy in two separate piles. I put all the glass things out and then break them with the heavy things.
It's a good combination.
Right?
Glass and heavy
Smashing
things.
Oh, yeah. It was a great way to spend like 20 minutes that I was getting paid for, although it was kind of smelly, but it was
I
fun.
love when paying overlaps and you're getting double paid and triple paid. When once in my life, working in the movie business, the movie industry, that's when I ever got to experience that. Very cool. I do want to pull this up here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it. I got to reach all the way over. There
Oh,
it is.
wow! That's us!
That's where you find us. Here's what's the Twitch stream schedule is like. It's building a lot of momentum now.
We're doing
we have
some
a bunch of people getting in on the fun. Twitch.tv. I just say I was getting yelled at for saying backslash or front slash. So I just say slash now.
Yeah.
Dufferin Ave Media. That's where you find us on Twitch. We have the capture abilities, so we will start posting the videos from the streams on there. We'll also start posting all the shorts and all the other fun stuff that comes along. Monday, we got Brooksy in here. We got me and Emily May. So it's sort of a female Monday, and that Twitch stream leads right into the show. Then Tuesday, Uncle Brando and I are in there, and that Twitch stream will now lead into the show as we'll go all out of angst right after we're done streaming over on Twitch. And then I believe a Thursday and a possible Friday one also going on. We have a Friday night one as well that we're scheduling.
Yeah!
So it's really starting to pick up. If you're into Twitch at all, or if you're wondering, what the hell is this Twitch garbage everyone keeps talking about? It's the Hansel of content creation. So hot right now. It's where you go and play video games. All the old games you used to play, we play them here. New ones, you play them here as well. And you come on and you join us and you play along with us. It's very cool. It's a very neat way to, again, interact with you. So be sure to check it out. That's twitch.tv/Dufferin Ave Media. I'm going to try to get it. Here I go. Look at it. I'm going to grab it right in the eye. Don't mind me, Uncle Mike.
Ooh.
Get it out of here.
Oh, wow.
Very cool. I don't know where it goes. Yeah.
Wow,
Do you see it still?
That's incredible.
It's going up there.
That's amazing.
Oh, Uncle Mike, how are you, old friend?
I'm doing pretty good.
There he is. Doing pretty good. I was going to say, did I pick the worst time ever to ask you?
No, that was great. It's a great time. Great time.
How's the ranch holding up?
Pretty good. Got a fair bit of stuff done this weekend, and
always
love
get
those
stuff done.
love those long weekends. You know, a few extra hours to do some stuff. A little bit of rain was nice.
Yeah.
A lot of rain.
A
Apparently.
lot of rain. It was all
No, it
day
was great.
yesterday.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
And I was soaking wet by the end of it,
course you
but it was great. A warm shower felt real good after that.
Poor Dragon's brother got stranded out in the middle of the boreal forest
Oh no.
in that rain. Yeah, and we had to send an extraction unit out there.
Oh
Hey,
jeez.
but we got him. He's safe and sound. Yeah. Well,
Oh, okay.
it's not
Still.
as fun of a story when you say it like that, bro.
Yeah, extraction unit doesn't
unit.
always mean rescue helicopter.
Yeah,
Sometimes it just means mom and dad are driving, what does it say, 5 hours up into the middle of nowhere to pick somebody up off the side of the highway.
I've called mom and dad to extract me from parties before.
Oh, me
That's
too.
my extraction unit right there. Get me out of here, mom is getting crazy.
Yeah, Dad, I got too drunk at this wedding. Well, where are you? I'm at the travel lodge and I have no shoes. What happened to your shoes? I don't know. Just come get me.
I said I was too drunk. That was.
Too many questions, not enough actions. Let's get me out of here. We say extraction for a reason. This just sounds like a pickup that you're trying to show off.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I said extraction. Now, let's go. Get the whole team in here.
I'm going to pop blue smoke. Get down here now. Like,
Yes, 100%.
Yes.
So that was a very interesting sort of look at to how the weather was throughout the week, because they were going like 70K. They were doing a whole boreal forest run, and it
yeah.
was just they couldn't get anything done because it was just raining the whole time.
Oh yeah.
And as you know, if you're out there trying to camp and walk a trail and it's raining all the time, things deteriorate pretty quickly, beginning with your sanity.
This is true.
Once your feet get wet, man, it's over. It's
Poor
over.
Brando. I don't know how you've gone this far in life with the minimal foot wetness.
No, it's plastic bags are on my shoes, baby.
That's it.
Yeah.
He has a huge phobia of getting his feet wet.
I hate having my feet wet. It's the worst feeling in the whole world. Once your feet get wet, if you're out there walking, hiking, hanging with your bros, right? You're immediately miserable because you're just always sad because you're always uncomfortable. And so then you start, then you're sniping at each other. A couple of days go by, then you're not talking. Then you're planning on putting your buddy's like face into the fire. Like the whole thing. It all starts with wet feet. I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
He ain't wrong.
Yeah.
Ain't wrong.
I did change boots twice yesterday, I think.
See, a normal person would just call it a day.
No.
It's like, well, I'm soaked head to toe, literally, to the toes. I'll just call it. Nope. Uncle Mike's better get some more socks and shoes. Get back out there.
Yeah, just switch out your boots. You're good to go.
What kind of work were we doing?
Where did I start? So I knew the rain was coming. I had to hook up my rain barrels because I decommissioned them for the winter, and I knew it was coming. I meant to do it on the weekend and got tied up with other things. So at first, 8 o'clock in the morning, it's like, shit, it's raining already. Got to get out there and collect this water, So at first it was that, and then it was, well, it's raining, so I'm trying to plant some, some grass and some clover, some low maintenance ground cover stuff. So I was like, well, I might as well do that while it's raining so it can germinate with the free moisture.
So smart.
So I did that, and then it was, a little bit of garage organization. And then I busted out the welder, and I had this idea that I was going to build, they call it like a yard drag. So basically just for like leveling your driveway
I
or
was
your
hoping it
yard.
was a drag strip for Hot Wheels. girls.
Yeah,
too,
not
me too.
quite. There was, you'd be amazed when you type drag into Google, all the different things.
Oh, you see all kinds of cool stuff.
All sorts of different
From
things.
outfits to physics and
Exactly.
everything in between. Yeah.
Fast car.
Drag.
It's like, no, I want a yard drag. So I was going to build it out of steel and then limited supplies, and my welder was acting up.
So many manly words coming out.
Yeah,
right now.
just manly stuff. So then I opted, instead of, because I like to kind of have an idea for a project, start the project, complete it, and then use the project within the day. Because otherwise, then it's like,
Gets lost in the process.
it's a whole thing. All of a sudden, this thing that I want to do last month, the project still isn't completed. So I scrapped the metal, and I just built it out of wood. And then by this time, it was getting kind of late. It didn't seem like I did a lot, but I did a lot of stuff in that time. And then I was like, well, I got to go get the tractor now and try out this yard drag. And snowblower was still on the tractor, so I had to take that off, take the tire chains off, yada, yada, yada. It's, 7 o'clock now and raining heavier. And it's like, well, let's take this thing for a cruise. So I hooked it up behind the tractor and then drove the trails, and then about
That's
8
the fun
o'clock
part.
it was coming and
did it
eat
work?
supper. It worked quite well.
Oh, okay, good.
Even Amanda was like, damn, like this thing is
Excellent.
pretty
Okay.
good. So it was, for scrap wood.
Hold on. I love how that's the threshold, eh? Even my wife was like, you did it. Good job, honey.
Totally. It wasn't just like, it's like, oh, he's creating something weird and funky. It's like, no,
At it again.
these are the trails that we walk, and they're, because they're trails in the bush, they're sometimes lumpy and bumpy and roots. And so this basically, it'll take a few passes, but you just drag it essentially, and it basically just levels out, the pathways. So
Every time you come in here, I feel like less and less of a man. And Matt feels the same way as me, as all the time. Do you feel a little less manly around
Well,
this
I
guy?
was just thinking, man, what did I do this weekend? Like, I tried really hard to grow chest hair. I wished I could grow a beard.
Yeah.
I can't play a guitar.
I
ate red meat. That
Hey!
was right. I
There
did
you go,
that.
you're manly.
So I tried to do all the manly stuff that I
Yeah.
could, and I just wasn't getting there, So
Yeah, I was trying to crazy glue the beard hairs back onto my beard. That was my
Man.
manliness move for the weekend. As you can tell, not very successful, but that's okay. To each their own.
yep.
I'm starting to learn to be just okay with all this. It's
Now that
like,
I've
you know
learned
what?
that-
this is me.
Uncle Mike is a farmer. Like,
He's everything. That's like
awesome.
that's the
wanna
big
do it all.
That's the big gimmick on the show is Matt from all the bands and yours truly. Together we make like 1/4 of an actual man.
wow.
So we just sit here and gawk and admire at him while he talks about all this stuff, and then we'll talk about, man, change a light bulb. It was awesome. You're like, yeah, good job, guys. Very fun.
I put new batteries in my cat clock. There's
There
a
you
thing.
go.
That's a
That's
manly
baller.
thing. I
Yeah. There
you
fixed
go.
something.
That's right.
Now the tail wags again.
The trick is you break it, so then the lady thinks that you really fixed it. I guess if it was out of batteries and it was broken already, kind of thing.
It broke
Oh,
itself.
I never thought of breaking something
Yeah,
on
it's
purpose.
like, whatever. Like the light switch doesn't work, honey. It's because I loosened something. And then you go like, don't worry, honey, I'll fix it. And then you do the quick, easy fix. She's like, wow, you're so impressive.
It's the art of seduction.
Exactly.
I like that.
Exactly.
Very well done. Hey, this is a good time to get into our live read for the day, as I saw our good buddy Mobley pop up here a couple of times. So, what we're going to do now is tell you more about our good buddy. Why work with Mobley this spring? Oh man, if you're looking to buy a home, he's got your back. Mobley Urente with TMG The Mortgage Group works with multiple lenders to find the best financing options, even if you're self-employed, have non-traditional income, or face credit challenges.
Yeah, buddy.
That's me. He's like he's speaking to my soul. His services are completely free, and he's here for you from pre-approval to closing and beyond. Whether you need refinancing, a mortgage renewal, or just expert advice down the road, he'll always be here to help. That's our buddy right there. Mobley Urente, mortgages made simple. Give him a call or text him anytime, 306-370-5804. Man, every time I read these live reads, I just got to say, I love them so unbelievably much. Because, and I've mentioned this numerous times now, but it sort of leans into our Emily May's All Up in Your Business show that we do here, as in it's an opportunity for us to show off not just you and your business, but what you do, how you do it, how you got to where you are, and the story of everything and how it all came together. It's just so dang cool to be able to promote in that sort of way. And if that's something you think would help your business, we are here for you. We are here to help. You can send us you can head to the website, because I did them backwards, dufferinave.com. I just heard the voice of the man who created the website, and I said, wait a minute, I'm going to hit this one first. That's the website, all the info there as well. We have an email, it's right there, contact@dufferinave.com. We even made a song for it. So if you got any ideas, that's the other thing, is we never say no to nothing. If you got a crazy idea that you think no one will ever be able to pull off, that's right up our alley. We love those challenges because we have no restrictions on anything. It's truly the wild, wild west in this world that we live in when it comes to advertising, and we can truly do anything, including making up songs for the email that you can send it to. For instance, a little ditty that goes something like this. Send an email to contact@dufferinave.com. That is the email. This is the theme song. I love the tweak we got at the end there, and then it harmonizes.
Really good.
Send it on over. Help us help you. Let's all do this together as we continue to change the game and how we promote and advertise in this beautiful city of ours. And then we also say, you know what, that's enough of that email, and get rid of it. On 3, 1, 2, 3, get out of here. Beautiful.
Scum.
How you doing, Roylanders?
Very good, thank you, sir.
Very good, like hearing that, sir. Makes me very happy. We got Dragon on the 1s and 2s. We got Roylanders. He stole the dog. He's probably got her eating her 18th treat now, because he just fills her up with all the treats and says, see you later.
Sounded like a whole bag of treats that he brought in.
Yeah, he's a good uncle. He's a good uncle to old little Marge there. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, you don't got to deal with all the craziness that comes after all this stuff you're throwing in the little doggy belly.
She's up all night, like looking around, right? Laying in her spot with her eyes open.
Yes, sir.
A lot of craziness going on with that Margaret, I'll tell you.
So fun. Over the weekend, we talk about the 90s as the greatest generation, decade, whatever you want to call it. It was the precipice for the All That Inks podcast as we look back. That was the last time life was really awesome. Then everyone just started to get shitty. And then it's like, okay, so now we spend most of our time trying to wade through the shit and put the spotlight on all the good, awesome stuff that happens all around us each and every day. WrestleMania. WrestleMania was something that we grew up with, you grew up with. Uncle Mike, you weren't a big video game guy, you weren't a big wrestling guy, but you knew of WrestleMania. It transcended. It was the big show every year that everyone would gather around to enjoy. Now, I didn't get to see it this weekend, except for 2 matches.
Ooh, which ones?
I was at my brother's house for Easter Sunday, and after supper, me and my nephews went downstairs, and I said, did you guys have Netflix? Like, yeah. I was like, oh, no way. turn it on. And sure enough, right there, WrestleMania, day 2.
Oh, baby.
And we got in just in time for Penta's match
Okay.
and the match after that. I don't remember what it even was. But they were fun matches. Feel free to get some notes out because Uncle Brando, he's our wrestling guy. Former wrestler, still all over the wrestling. He watched the entire thing. And I told him, I said, just, be aware of what happened and sort of run us through what a WrestleMania weekend feels like now compared to way, way back when we grew up with it.
Oh, man, they are significantly different.
Right?
They're
That's
much
my
different.
point. It's so much
It
different.
used to be kind of a destination thing. You'd show up at like 6 o'clock at your buddy's place, depending on how old you were.
Full day, yeah.
You'd grab a beer, you'd hang out, you'd watch the pre-show, you'd watch 3-4 hours of wrestling, and you'd
Yes.
call it a night. Whereas now it's a whole weekend thing. It starts at 4 o'clock in the afternoon with the pre-show over 2 days, and you got to watch Saturday and Sunday. They tie in the night after WrestleMania. You want the whole experience. You want to watch NXT. It's on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
It's so much wrestling. It's really hard to keep a handle on. But this year, I would argue, and I've been shot down a couple of times having this discussion over the last couple of days. I think that this year's WrestleMania was excellent.
Whoa!
Was it the best one of all time?
Hot take.
Whoa.
Absolutely not. But I
Okay.
think this was. I watched 5 hours of wrestling. Pardon me, 2 nights in a row, and neither night did it feel like I had been sitting on my couch for 5 hours because all of the
That's
matches were
something.
exciting. They didn't have the half-hour break in between every match
Oh.
like they do sometimes. So the shows kept moving, and all of the matches, with the exception of one, were very exciting and lots of fun to watch. So I say if you haven't checked it out, but you do have Netflix, take a couple of hours and watch some of the stuff. It was really,
Is it
really
because your legs fell asleep that it didn't feel like you were watching? I think the bottom half of my body fell asleep.
So much time, though, right?
Oh.
Content-wise, they had the Hall of Fame speeches. Like, one of my favorite things is seeing which wrestlers fell asleep during the Hall of Fame speeches, because they get all these wrestlers like, all right, you guys have to stay in the crowd for the entire time, and it goes like Triple H's speech was over an hour long, apparently.
Oh, ask that.
Like, are you kidding me?
Get outta
Like,
here.
The one time I ever really appreciated was when Goldberg did his speech, and like they would pan to the audience, and no one stayed. It was a dead, empty audience, and good because Goldberg. Him and I have had some interactions that have maybe not like him. I grew up with a Goldberg backpack, walking through the halls of Ada Bowman Collegiate. I love Goldberg. You make one Goldberg joke, and then he just ruins you over social media. Goldberg came at me, bro. Access denied me, he said.
Dang.
All because I was like, hey, what about Gilbert? He hates Gilbert. Gilbert's a wrestler who made fun of Goldberg
Okay.
when they were in the wars, and apparently you don't make fun of that. Anyways, super long speeches. Like you said, NXT, you got that, then you got the Saturday full day, Sunday full day, then you got the Monday after Mania, the Raw after Mania, which is also super huge. I saw some big debuts there. Sorry to just jump off track. I just want people to understand how big of a weekend this is for wrestling.
So huge. I would love to have gone. I read somewhere that tickets, like front row seats to WrestleMania, you get like the whole package deal. You get a front row seat to every show. Green shirt guy. Anybody who watches wrestling knows the green guy, the green shirt guy with the happy face on it. He's in front row center at every single
He must be very
WWE show.
rich.
He must be loaded. I have no idea who he is. If you do, put it in the comments.
There you go.
Upwards of 40,000 American dollars for those tickets.
Oh. Okay.
And they sell.
Yep.
We can't even be like, oh, how dare they? Because they sell.
Yeah, they
people,
sold
are,
out.
people are dumb enough to pay it.
Yep. People have that kind of dollars,
Like,
and
dumb
that's
enough isn't even the word.
Yeah,
it's
they
not
just-
dumb at all. People have the funds to purchase it.
Affluentness.
Yeah.
Affluency.
Dumb is totally the wrong word there.
And happy for them, man. Like,
Yeah.
if I had that kind of money, I would absolutely use it to
100%.
go see WrestleMania. I
Yeah.
would totally do it. I think
For
it would be
sure.
the coolest live event to go to. I've been to a couple of wrestling pay-per-views. I've been to the live shows and the not live shows, and they're super fun.
Yeah.
And I would love to do Mania one year, but alas, it has not happened for me
I think
yet.
we should go. I'd love to go to a Mania.
Man, it would be so good.
Man,
Even
I
if you're
was
sitting
always-
way at the back and you still got to watch it on TV.
So jealous. of My main man, Scott Vickers got to go. And I was so jelly. And every time this time of year pops up, he's always posting all the pictures. Greatest time of my life. I was at Mania. I was like, damn you, Scotty Villa. Such a sweet prince. I love you, by the way. That's my brother right there. But I feel like we need to make that happen at some point.
I totally would.
Now, what's the runtime used to be? As we are hanging out on the All That Inks podcast, got Uncle Mike from All the Natural Products. Matt from All the Bands is busy working with Super Nintendo Anderson at the dump. We got my main man, Uncle Brando, filling in. When we had that VHS from Coliseum Video Presents that we get, like, there wasn't more than like 3 hours, right?
Usually they were very, very stringent because pay-per-view rules at the time were a lot different than they are
couldn't
now.
go long,
So
yeah.
you would do 3 hours with maybe 10 or 15 minute overrun if you were really lucky. Like later on, they could go a little bit longer because they were the hottest thing on the planet, right? And you say, yo, we're going to go 10 minutes over with Tyson. The pay-per-view companies are going to say, okay, because we just made all these millions of dollars off of you. So you can absolutely take that time. But now that they're on Netflix, they can kind of just do whatever they want.
Yeah.
The first year they went to 2 nights, if I remember right, it was 2 days in a row. We're including pre-show. I think you were looking at like 6.5 hours a day, which was just ridiculous.
Was that when they wrestled in Vince's office? Was that like the pandemic time?
No, that wasn't the pandemic times. I think
before
it was
that,
the
so they
one
didn't
right
make the
before the
switch.
pandemic
Okay.
times. It was like the very first year they did the 2 nights. And it was just obscene. But I think that they've kind of got a handle on it. And while 5 hours is a lot, it's a lot of time.
Yeah.
It's at least structured so that it moves at a fairly decent clip.
Right.
And you're not locked in. And of course, you didn't pay $100 to
That's-
watch it
that's
right
the big
then.
thing.
And this is your one and only opportunity to see it.
Yeah.
With it being on Netflix now, you can watch it live because you want to see what happens as it happens. You don't want social media to ruin it for you, and then you can come back to it later if your legs fall asleep or if you fall asleep, right?
Yeah.
Or you run out of snacks and you can't watch wrestling without pizza and beer. You can run out and get some and come back to it later, which is just smart, I think.
Yeah. So is this like, I'm assuming it's not just match after match after match. It's interview, it's awards,
It's
skits or
this year.
whatever?
They did the big pomp and circumstance firework display. Here's a musical interlude leading basically directly into the first match. They explain to you why the match is happening. Then the match happens. Then they show an ad for something because of course they do. Then they show why the next match is happening. Then it's a match. It's very
Okay.
good. Yeah. There's not a lot of horse crap. There's not a lot of running around following people through the back breezeway areas anymore.
Right.
They've cut a lot of that out. Which
So
is,
it's like decent content at least,
yes,
right? To keep
there's
you
always
engaged
something
or-
actually
yeah.
happening, which is a lot of fun.
Right.
Gotta
Okay.
respect that.
Let's get into it.
Okay.
Tell me about day one at WrestleMania just a couple days ago, this past Saturday.
Okay, day one, WrestleMania kicked off big with Jey Uso defeating Gunther for the WWE Championship.
Now, Jey Uso, part of the Usos, Jimmy and Jey Usos, part of the Samoan bloodline. Jey was the hottest thing until they actually acknowledged that he was the hottest thing, and then everyone turned on him instantly. And now, like, after he won that belt, apparently the dislikes on the video was at like 16,000 people. Like, the crowd literally forced the hand of WWE to put this guy in this main event to battle for a title, and then everyone just flipped on him instantly. Like, no, he doesn't deserve it. Like make up your mind. Like the one time they, listen to the fans, and then everyone just turns anyway. People are just so crazy like that.
I think the thing with that is the internet wrestling community is small and vocal, and you're going to hear a lot of people disliking it. But if you actually watched the crowd, or in the Monday after Mania,
Crazy.
you should have seen the audience. Like, because his big thing for Uncle
does
Mike's
this
benefit,
yeet, yeah.
he says yeet, and
he
they
gets the crowd
do
going like
this.
this.
Fuck, and
Okay.
like they're
The
in
whole
the
place does it.
there was 60,000 people screaming yeet and waving
Yeah.
their arms in the air. It was wild. It was so cool to see. And he did his big entrance or exit through the crowd, and like the crowd's going nuts the whole time. So I don't really understand the big deal with Jey Uso either. But I'm going to
Yeah.
tell you right now, if I bought a ticket to sit in that crowd and everybody around me is going,
love
I'm
it.
doing it
Right,
too,
yeah.
and I don't even know what the hell's going on. And so
That-
whoever I'm with is going to be, Brando, why do you keep yelling yeet? Like, I don't even care. This is what I'm doing. Right? So like he's all entrance.
Yes.
But man, is it a cool entrance, and it's a lot of fun, and it's a great way to start a show too.
And another thing that plays into that is the whole he was your Royal Rumble winner. So
Yeah.
whoever wins the Rumble is supposed to technically main event WrestleMania. That's the whole point of winning the Rumble. But here, they start listening to those internet people more than the fans. So they're like, actually, you're not going to main event. You're going to be the opener. Against a guy named Gunther, who used to be Walter. And when he was Walter, he was like the most badass dude ever. Then they took away all the badassness by giving the name Gunther. And he's still, like, if you want to have your classic badass heel, like he's a giant dude, takes no crap from no one, is always prim and proper. If you're like different in any way and if you're outside of the norm, he will destroy you. And Jey Uso had no business beating up Gunther, but he did. And they gave him the belt. So this is a big thing. Apparently Gunther's going on vacation now. He choked out Pat McAfee, apparently,
Yeah.
like to the point where people think they actually choked him out during the Raw after. So he has a whole storyline, but it sounds like Gunther is taking a break. So here we go, Jey Uso.
Yeah, And I don't know. I think it's going to be cool. It's not going to last very long. He'll drop it to somebody at SummerSlam.
It'll be like a Kofi Kingston type thing.
Yeah.
Thank you for all that you do.
Yep. And it's going to be worth it. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And people are going to get better matches and better content out of it than they think. Honestly, just give it a chance. It's going to be great.
I think something that can make this really fun and get Uncle Mike more involved, and you at home as well, as we recap WrestleMania's Day 1 and Day 2, is guessing who won each one of these matches.
Ooh.
So you're going to be our guessing guy, then we'll see if
Okay.
you're right or wrong.
Okay. Coming up next, we have for the tag team titles. We had everybody's favorite Vikings, the War Raiders, formerly known as War Machine.
Used to be so much cooler as War Machine.
Yeah,
and they
bald
took
guy
the balls
stole
right
my
off
knee
it.
in the face.
What?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, I was doing that before he was. I'm not saying that he stole it from me, but like great minds,
He's
right?
using one of FaZe's moves.
I did it first.
Pretty baller.
And the evil donut bootios chucking heels, the New Day.
It's a new day. Yes, it is.
Turned on their friend Big E, blamed his neck injury on him being a bad friend and not him
horrible.
actually getting hurt, kicked him out of the group.
Their whole thing was friendship and the power of friendship and everyone coming together. And all of a sudden, like, just jokes. Friendship sucks. Get out of here, Big E. And now they're trying to be bad guys.
Another dicks.
Yeah.
And they were
Literally-
fighting these two guys that basically look like you if you were two of you covered in even more tattoos.
Straight up Vikings, man.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
I
they're,
think it's-
they're deadly.
It's got to be those guys.
You
that
going for
won.
Viking Raiders?
Yeah, you'd be wrong.
Oh,
Really? You'd be wrong, yes.
They put the belt back
on the New Day.
Booty Bros themselves.
Okay.
I believe it's the 14th time I
gotta
think
be up there.
they've been tag champions. This was
Holy moly.
this was a fine match, but like and we're gonna talk about this later when we get to like the penultimate ultimate main event
Yeah.
of day 2.
Cool.
There's nothing that the New Day can do to make me like them at this point.
Yeah.
They've spent too long dressing as characters from Dragon Ball Z, coming out of fucking cereal boxes that were full of what are those? It's like a donut that's made of thick bread.
Yeah.
Bagels coming out of a cereal box full of bagels and throwing pancakes into the crowd and playing a goddamn trombone. I've had enough of them. I've had enough of them.
Yeah.
They've been around for 12 years with no change, and it's too late. It's too late. It's too late.
That sounds like an L for wrestling right there.
Yeah, so I'm not a big fan of that one. Not a big fan of that one.
Uncle Mike, 0 for 1. Here we go.
Okay.
So let's just move on. This is I'm gonna say it out loud. I'm gonna say it out loud. This match was my least favorite match of the full 10 hours of wrestling that I watched over the weekend.
So much wrestling.
And it's Jade Cargill coming back after being not hit by a car, but slammed onto a car
Yes.
by the fiendish Naomi, who did it so that she could be friends with Bianca Belair, who's in another match the next night.
Yeah, Jade and Bianca were a tag team. They were bros. Then Naomi came in to fill in and put a gap in there and then did the whole thing, and now turns into this.
Yeah, now
Is
here
there
we
a belt on the line in this one?
No.
This is just a grudge match between the ladies.
Yeah.
And we're talking jacked ladies. Like, Jade Cargill, man. She debuted with Shaquille O'Neal, did she not? in
Yes.
AEW?
Yes.
Crazy.
Please, even if you hate wrestling, Uncle Mike, please, I want you to go on YouTube. You're already on YouTube.
Yep.
And find the Jade Cargill debut, where she comes out and cuts literally the most epic promo of all time alongside Shaquille O'Neal. It's this lady who has no business being in a wrestling ring, even though she looks amazing. Like,
Yeah.
she's got the look
So jacked.
down. Like
Yeah.
it's so good. But she has no idea. Okay, here's what you do. You say these words that you wrote on this 3x5 card that she then memorized, and then you just hit a double bicep. So she says something ridiculous and wood, and then she goes, boom, double bicep. And it's just,
the best.
it's hilarious.
And
it is hilarious.
Shaq, by the way, if you're a Shaq fan at all, he'll make you that match makes you love him so much. I had no idea he was going to be that good. Like, he was going through tables, he was putting guys through, like, he did everything. It was such a fun match.
He was working hard.
Yeah.
Put all of that to the side, because this was bullshit,
Garbage,
man.
yeah.
Because
I heard that.
Naomi's great at the entrance. She can dance. She's very athletic.
Her finishing move is a butt to the face.
Yes. But she's not an amazing technical professional wrestler, and I wouldn't count on her to take somebody that's very, very new to wrestle the classic match. And they didn't. They were out there for 10 minutes, and it was clunky, and it was slow, and everybody knew that Jade Cargill was going to win, and Naomi had no chance. And then Jade Cargill won, and Naomi looked like she had no chance. And then they went on to the next match. Like, it didn't even need to be on the show. Right? It just didn't need to be there. And it wasn't very good.
Yeah. So we didn't even give him a chance to guess, but he knew Jade was
Yeah, he
That's
knew
okay.
Jade.
I knew it because of the name. Because I Cargill, I recognize the name. Not from wrestling.
She was
But from like fertilizers
Yeah,
and farming.
Oh, there you
So
go.
I was
It's
like,
outside of Rostown.
I make a. I find, when I know nothing about stuff, I find a parallel, and
I
that's
like
what I latch onto.
My guy.
I recognize Cargill from farming stuff.
Hell yeah.
Fertilizers, whatever. I don't even know. I've seen a sign somewhere rolling around Saskatchewan. And
I would
was
have
like,
bought
it's got to
you
be
several
Cargill.
beers if you knew that she played volleyball. Yeah, I remember she was a pro volleyball player back then. I'd be like, Uncle Mike, shit, you were the manliest dude.
I did
the
some
manliest
research.
dude.
Just a closet Jade superfan. That would have been hilarious. We
Would've
should
been
work on that for
amazing,
next
dude.
time. Where are we going next, Uncle Brando?
Next up, we have LA Knight.
Yeah.
Taking on Jacob Fatu, the Samoan werewolf.
Yeah, he even wore a werewolf mask. This dude, the Samoan werewolf, eats souls, dude.
Oh yeah,
He's freaking awesome.
he would eat a whole airplane.
Yeah.
And then just go do something else after eating an airplane. He wouldn't even do it for content. He'd just do it because he's
beast.
Jacob Fatu. He's crazy.
Such a beast.
And he's got all gold teeth except for one. That's my favorite part about him. Is instead of having one gold tooth,
Right,
he has
it's
one
the
not
reverse.
tooth.
Yeah.
Another member of the Samoan bloodline as well.
Yep.
So the little theme there that sort of goes in and out of the entire weekend. So you got the Samoan werewolf taking on LA Knight. LA Knight have a title? Do you have a
Yes,
title?
it was for the U.S. title, I think.
U.S. Championship. Okay. Who are we taking?
What's LA Knight's look? What's his theme?
LA
his,
Knight was a
like-
guy, he came out, he was originally this guy named Rene Dupree, and he was with these two fashion model
Male
guys.
models, yeah.
But get them out of here. He got himself over on his own merit by being a good wrestler, having a good promo, solid fundamentals in the
wrestler for
ring.
the
He was
people.
fun to watch, right? Wrestler for the people. Everybody likes doing the thing where he goes, LA Knight,
Yeah.
yeah! And every time he hits somebody, everybody yells, yeah!
It's very
It's
attractive.
pretty cool.
Okay,
He's a cool dude. He rolled up to the ring in a Maserati?
That's the other big thing about WrestleMania. Is
something?
the entrances are always on steroids.
Oh,
doing
and we're
billions.
going to get
It's
to one of
nuts.
those, baby.
Yeah.
Oh, boy, I'm so excited.
Who we think?
I'm gonna go with the Samoan werewolf.
Oh, I think that's a good move.
You would be right. You would be right.
New champ.
No way Jacob Fatu was laying this match. There's no way he wasn't walking out of that
way too
match.
hot right now.
He's too
Way
good.
too
He hasn't
hot.
been pinned, hasn't been beat yet. He's so good. And he is legitimately so freaking good.
You're talking about a big dude. He's like a Samoan Bam Bam Bigelow. Like a giant dude who just does stuff that giant dudes can't do. Like top ropes, no problem. He'll go jump
yeah.
off something over there on the building. Sure, why not? Like he's just crazy.
The man
And
is
so
wild.
talented.
He's so good at he's such a good professional wrestler, and he makes you believe in everything he's doing, and he's a good promo.
Yeah.
I really am glad that he's in the E finally. It took too long for him to get in there.
Here. Okay, you're doing pretty good. I believe that's 3 for 3.
Here we go. This match blew my mind a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
Uh-oh.
It's the debuting Ray Phoenix, straight out of AEW contract hell, direct onto WrestleMania to fight El Grande Americano, which I think means the large American.
I think so.
I think that's what that means in
Very good.
Spanish.
El Grande Americano. It sounds like a coffee order.
That's
Actually.
usually what I order at the coffee
there it
shop.
is.
eh?
Saw that.
Otherwise known as Chad Gable, former Olympic gold, or I don't think he was a
I don't
gold
know if it's gold,
medalist.
but Olympian.
He was an Olympic wrestler.
Yeah, the big American.
There we go. Thank you,
says,
Dragon. And they had a lucha libre match,
Which is very
for
cool.
the heart of lucha libre. That's high flying, dynamic.
Okay,
That's your
yeah.
Mexico wrestling.
right?
Yeah.
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 Like
Very
Nacho
Nacho
Libre.
Libre, exactly.
Yes, precisely like that. Yes,
I
yes,
like
yes.
Nachos.
So you got a guy dressing up, and make no mistake, this guy comes in as Olympian. He was very good. He led the Alpha Academy.
yep.
Did all these things. And then he went and totally changed everything and is now coming out in this luchador thing against a guy who's coming in red hot debuting. Who you got?
Before you guess, I'm sorry, give you time to think.
Good, because
I was trying to remember the names again.
El Grande Americano got a full entrance accompanied by a live mariachi band.
I heard that, yeah.
Sold.
It was
Yeah.
so good.
He had to win. I couldn't let that mariachi
The one thing going against him is you got a guy debuting. So we got a guy that was there
debut.
for a while. Then he's debuting the character against a guy who came over from like basically WCW, and he's here now. So that usually if a guy's coming over, that might sway the favor. Where are you going?
Okay, and I'm further confused.
Really throw it up.
I'm sticking with my
Grande Americano.
Grande Americano.
Put it out, Mike.
Oh.
There it is. That's how you did it. He got him. El Grande put Ray Phoenix down, baby. It was
Impressive. I thought you were kind of like, I thought you were trying to kind of help me out, maybe.
I don't know any of the results.
Oh, you don't know them?
No,
Okay.
I just know that what was it, Lucha Bros? Ray Phoenix and Penta?
Lucha Brothers. Yep.
Yeah, Lucha Brothers. So they were a really hot tag team around the world, and they went to A-Dub, and then A-Dub said, yeah, we don't know what to do with you guys. We'll just poop all over it. And then so now they're both here, which is very, very cool.
Yes.
But Ray Phoenix losing.
Yeah, Ray Phoenix losing his
Doing the job.
WrestleMania debut.
Doing
yeah.
the job.
It was a really good match. It was lots of fun, and
A lot of talent in there.
Chad Gable is an exceptionally talented professional wrestler. So is Ray Phoenix. Even some of the things were like, I thought that Phoenix had slipped. Like he does that thing where he like runs along the top rope and kicks a guy in the head. It
Very
looked like
cool.
oh yeah, it's awesome.
Very cool.
It looked like he had tripped and fallen down. Like, oh no, to blow it all. And then they showed a replay, and it's like, nah, Chad shook the rope and he nutted him. Oh man,
There's a reason for it.
very, very good match. Exceptionally fun to watch.
There you go.
But what it led into, Gary.
Oh, here we go.
This is
Now we're getting into it. See, this is a recap for all of us. I didn't get to see any of this either, so I'm very excited. No one better to recap it than Uncle Brando.
It's about time. Tiffy time, if you will, as Tiffany Stratton.
Time. Now is this more of okay? No, you go.
Former gymnast, nice looking lady, adequate professional wrestler, A+ personality, taking on the shriveled husk of the department store mannequin that used to be the third face of Charlotte Flair.
Not a big fan of Charlotte Flair.
We don't even know if that is Charlotte. I don't
That's
think
true.
it is.
That's
I
true.
don't think it is.
With all the cloning going on now, probably is.
It probably is a clone. Honestly, at this point, it has to be.
Yeah.
And
it's
this match
strange.
had a lot of heat on it because they went off script a couple of times during promos. Charlotte's been known apparently in the past to kind of
go into business for herself.
go into business for herself, where you kind of cut down your opponent for real, like on live TV.
Oh, okay.
And because she figured, well, Tiffany's new, she's not going to do anything, and Tiff comes back and makes fun of her being divorced 3 times, and I think she made fun of her surgically repaired face, and just dumped all over. And there was a lot of heat going into this. In the intros, Charlotte came out second, even though it's a championship match. Champion usually comes out second. Charlotte got the big entrance. Tiffany got shit on. And like it was a slugfest, dude. Oh, it was good.
You think a couple potatoes getting in there, a couple receipts?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
there was.
So this is about as close to a real fight as we got on day one.
I was kind of hoping that we'd get an actual real fight because I think Tiff could probably take whoever that is dressed as Charlotte. I really do. I think that she could.
Why do you think everyone hates Charlotte so much? Before we make you make your pick, what's the deal with the Charlotte hate?
She gets injured, and then she comes back and is immediately thrust into the main event picture where she inevitably wins.
And just so everyone knows, Charlotte Flair, the daughter of Mr. Nature Boy himself, woo, Ric Flair. That's where it lost on me when she wooed for the 2 billionth time. It's like, all right, girl, you need something else.
Yeah, gotta
I
come
can't
up with your own
do it.
stuff.
Yeah,
You can't
make
wear
it
your
own.
can't wear your dad's robes and use your dad's moves and your dad's catchphrases and expect to get over on your own.
I imagine that was some of the ammo that was used by Tiffy on her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ultimate Nepo baby, I believe is what they called it.
There it is.
And she's a fine performer. Like, she's great, but you just get tired of her. Like, oh, she comes back at the Royal Rumble for the second time. Oh, and then she wins. And then she goes on to Mania, and she breaks Asuka's win streak, and she breaks the title reign,
You don't
which
mess with Asuka.
personally sore
Yeah, those-
spot for me.
those
She
are
has
his
the
guys.
most title reigns out of everybody. She's always the main event, always, right? And just people are tired
So
of her.
that's Charlotte, and then you got Tiffy coming up, doing it all natural, doing it herself, and being like, "Screw you guys, I know I'm good. Watch me go."
Yeah, working through NXT, working her way up as like the annoying Valley Girl kind of brat, but people just kind of like her
It's
because
weird. It's a weird dynamic,
right? Because she's an absolute dastardly villainous heel that you shouldn't like, but you do.
And she does this all the time. It's Tiffy time,
And she
she's
came
all
out of a-
pink, and she's like a Barbie. She's a big Barbie.
Yeah, for her entrance, she came out of a Barbie box.
There you go.
It
Of course
was
you did.
it was so good.
Very
it was
cool.
very good.
So that's who we got going up, and Tiffy is the champ, Charlotte the challenger. Who we
Okay.
got?
Whoever the one, I've heard of Ric Flair.
Woo!
So whoever's daughter that was.
That's Charlotte. You're going with her.
She won.
Tiffy took it home.
It's Tiffy time.
She did
baby.
it. I was
Was I wrong?
shocked. Yes.
It's like, okay. So
Charlotte Flair did not win.
Charlotte and
Charlotte did
Tiff,
not
okay.
win.
Which is so weird
Okay.
because I think
Oh,
the
yeah.
entire world was like you. They go,
Right.
here we go again. They're gonna put
Okay.
it back on
Right.
Charlotte.
But at some point, you got to shake that apple from the tree,
yeah,
and
you
it's
got
got
to listen
come
to
down,
the people,
right?
man.
It's-
That too. Like there's a lot that goes into it. As far as the match went, lots of punches,
Lots
black
of-
guys, everyone's hurting.
Punch and kicking. If you look at Tiffany was bleeding a little bit from her lip afterwards, and some of the blood got on her tooth. It looked like one of her teeth was broken in half.
Oh.
And she got a huge lump right in the middle of her head.
That's what we call a potato
Yeah.
or a receipt. That's
Correct.
When it gets a little real. That's what's going on there.
It was very good. It was really stiff. It was well worked. It was a lot of fun to watch, and in my opinion, the correct result at the
Here
end.
we go. This is the All Out Angst podcast, minus Matt from all the bands, who's getting some overtime in over at the dump. but he is listening, watching. Hello again to Matt from all the bands. We love you and miss you dearly. Uncle Brando stepping up as he's here every Tuesday anyway, as we Twitch stream on Tuesdays and Fridays. A lot more information on that coming up as we continue to grow over at twitch.tv/Dufferin Ave Media. We are recapping WrestleMania 41 as it went down over the weekend, and we're just sort of talking about what happened because it is the talk of the town. We are hyper-local, but we're also in on what the people are talking about. At least that's what they used to say to us all the time when we were supposed to be professional. So here we are. Take it away, Uncle Brando.
Okay, so we're running low on time.
We'll speed it up here.
So here we go. Last match, night one. This was the one I was actually the most excited to see.
Me too.
Seth Rollins,
Yeah.
Roman Reigns, CM Punk,
Crazy.
triple threat match for nothing but pride
For the
and
wise man.
to have an awesome match. Paul Heyman, the wise man, the manager of Roman Reigns, called away from Roman Reigns to be in the corner of CM Punk because they're buddies in real life. Holy shit, the betrayal.
Yeah.
The soap opera-like drama of
This
it
was
all.
Y&R Victor Newman-esque levels right here. They were swerving all over the place.
And there was people like all over, like the wrestlers themselves, all over social media, have been hating on each other, like publicly sniping about how much they dislike each other for like a year, all in preparation for this match to happen.
Crazy.
CM Punk's very first, probably, I'm going to say it last, WrestleMania main event. Huge deal, huge match.
Again, remember, none of these guys won the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
They're in the main event. Go figure. Okay.
Yes. Fabulous showing for all three guys. And I don't want to say that somebody sitting at this table who has the least machoest, manliest facial hair certainly called the ending, but I did.
Get out of here.
Absolutely.
It's impossible to call.
Did.
Paul Heyman was a CM Punk guy. Then he was a Brock Lesnar guy. Then a Roman Reigns guy. Was that the order?
Yep.
And so he has, I guess, loyalties to all three of those guys. So no one knew where he was going to come out. He went in this one in the corner of CM Punk. And then what happened?
CM Punk's going to put away the match. Gives him the chair to help him out. It does Paul Heyman. Sacks him right in the dinger, meaning he gave him an uppercut to his testicles.
Ding.
Ding.
Yeah.
CM Punk goes down. Why did you make me choose? Says Paul Heyman. He's my tribal chief. Takes the chair, gives it to Roman Reigns.
Ooh.
Roman Reigns wears CM Punk out with it. Oh man, the match is over. Seth Rollins getting to his feet because he's all messed up. Paul Heyman points and I'm looking at my tribal chief. Roman Reigns goes to like waffle Seth Rollins, but dings him too. Roman Reigns right in the nuts.
His
Paul
tribal
Heyman
chief.
uppercuts
The
him right
wise
in the bag, and while his arm is like up in there and he's got his testicles all smashed together, he like rummages around a little bit just to make sure, just to rub it in. Roman goes down, Seth wins. It was a thing of beauty. It was an absolute thing of beauty. Led into the next night on the Monday after Mania.
Yeah.
Braun Breaker joins the team
Son
with
of
Seth Rollins.
Rick Steiner?
Yes.
Yes. From
Joins
Steiner
with
Brothers,
Seth
yeah.
and the Wise Man to form like the new heel group, setting up a feud with Roman and CM Punk.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
So cool.
So good.
So
we can't get you to guess that one because I already told you who won.
That's okay.
But it was so
crazy.
worth
That
it. There was
would've
like
been
so
my
much
guess.
drama in a fabulous way.
That was wrestling
to
at its
finish
best
out.
right.
Yes.
Let's get into this day two as we got a couple minutes left here before we call it a day on the All That Angst podcast here on your show, the Tuesday edition.
Person I was looking forward to seeing wrestle the most on WrestleMania, Io Sky,
That's your girl.
takes on Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley, super tall, super hot,
Super
goth
jacked,
chick, call
yeah.
her mommy.
Yeah.
Bianca Belair, probably pound for pound one of the strongest human beings on planet Earth, has a ponytail that's like 6 feet long, uses it as a whip
people with them,
sometimes.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Io Sky, one of the best professional wrestlers on the planet, about this tall, comes out of Japan.
Yeah.
Io Sky takes it home. Defends her title against these two behemoths.
Which
So
is
good.
crazy.
And the crowd was so into it. I was so happy to see that. Oh, man, it was cool. Brando's favorite match of the night.
That was it? Or this one?
This one.
Okay, here we go.
Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest
What
in
do
a
they
Sin
call
City
him?
street fight.
What's Damian Priest
The
nickname?
Archer of Infamy.
No. The funny one where they call him like something about like the Timu Undertaker or something like that.
Yes,
Like,
Timu
there's-
Undertaker.
Got some good burns on him.
Yes.
Anyways, good enough. Punishment Martinez, former wrestler.
Not a huge fan of either of these two guys.
Neither am I.
Really, but man, did they put on a show. It was like the one hardcore match of the night.
And there was nothing on the line. This was just a grudge match.
Just them hating on each other, and they just did it all. There was chairs, and there was tables, and there was all the stuff that you kind of like to see out of a wild kind of wrestling match. You just have to have one on a show like this.
Yeah.
And they put on an amazing show.
Crazy.
It was an incredible match.
Who do you think won, Uncle Mike?
So the Scottish Terminator, Drew McIntyre, or the Archer of Infamy. Even though I've never seen him with a bow and arrow.
Yeah.
Terminator was one of my favorite movies, so the Terminator.
My man.
Hey.
My man.
Look at this.
Up next, we had, I think this is a match that Gary would very much appreciate. Dirty Dominic Mysterio.
Oh, I saw the highlight. This is wild. Go ahead.
Taking on Braun Breaker, taking on Finn Balor, taking on Penta in a fatal four-way match for
the
the
one I watched.
Intercontinental
IC
Championship.
title.
So these multiple, so it's still individual against individual, but there's 4.
Yeah,
it's not a
it's fatal
tag team.
four-way.
It's okay.
Yeah, every man for
Fatal
himself.
four-way for the IC
Four-way
title.
match.
This is the one that I watched, then I watched the one after.
Oh, man, and it was so
Such a good match.
It was so good.
Dirty Dom, just to get you caught up, he came in, son of Rey Mysterio. Everybody booed him from the start. And instead of trying to push him as a good guy, they said, all right, well, everyone's booing you. Let's make you a bad guy.
Yep.
And he became the hottest bad guy in all of wrestling, not just WWE, where he couldn't even talk on a microphone because the crowd would boo so loud. That was his gimmick, was he'd go like this, and everyone would boo, so he couldn't talk. That's how over he was.
Oh, yeah.
And then that led into this.
Crowd was totally into it. And then, like, as the match was going, you can actually see people kind of getting behind him. And then they had the little sneaky thing. And at the end, he actually steals the win by frog splashing his own Judgment Day teammate, Finn Balor,
Prince Devitt.
to steal the IC title from Braun Breaker.
Which is crazy.
It was so good. And the crowd, like, lit up crazy. Like, as Dom's doing, like, the cowardly heel runaway. Like, you know, he stole one and he's running up the ramp with his belt. The crowd was going so insane, he turned around and ran back into the ring.
They say he went into business for himself.
Yeah.
He felt, he's like, you know what, I'm going to get my 5 minutes.
Yeah,
And they explode.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I got goosebumps. I got
them kinda now, too. What, like-
insane to see.
It was so nice to see, like, because people don't hate him.
Yeah.
They love to hate him.
That's the
right? He was such a good bad guy
Right.
that they want to boo him and they want to hate him, but then to see him actually get his due was really cool.
Really cool.
And it was a really good match as well.
That
which
was
lots of
like
fun.
the moment, I think, for me, just to see that just on its own, be like, finally, like they're appreciating this guy. Very cool. What was the next match? This one I was trying to remember. I saw
Randy
it.
Orton versus a mystery opponent.
That was the one we saw.
Mystery.
Yeah, mystery opponent because he was supposed to wrestle Kevin Owens, Canadian guy from Montreal, but he needs neck surgery, so he's out. Maybe forever, maybe for a year, we don't know. Get well
see.
soon, Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
Turned out to be TNA Impact Champion Joe Hendry.
I believe in Joe Hendry. That was his whole thing, was if you say his name, he appears. That's how this guy came up. He was a total gimmick wrestler, just like Orange Cassidy, just like all those other guys who do this one thing and they do it funny and they do it well. So that's their thing. His thing was for months and months, someone would say, who's Joe Hendry? And then he would just appear. And he does this thing when he gets in the ring, he turns around to the camera and it zooms in and it's super cool. And he's just a classic guy who, Scottish dude, working hard, got this weird gimmick over, got this song over that everyone sings with him. He gets them all doing this. I believe in Joe Hendry.
Yep.
And it's very cool. Nobody saw this happening.
No.
Nobody. This was an open challenge. Could have been anybody. The names, the people had lists 20 names long. Nobody even thought for 1 second you would see Joe Hendry here. It was nuts.
Yep.
Now tell us how it went.
Exactly the way that you think it went. Where
Yeah, you took Randy Orton, by the way. Just so
Yeah,
you know.
you picked Randy Orton. They had a perfectly serviceable,
Yeah.
what was essentially a WrestleMania squash match. They let Joe Hendry shine, show all of his stuff.
Yeah.
Then Orton RKO'd him 1, 2, 3.
So cool.
And then the whole internet, oh, they buried Joe Hendry. It's like, man,
Dude,
he
they-
got his full entrance. He was standing on the corner, lifting the TNA title over his head at WrestleMania.
Joe Hendry himself sent out a tweet.
Yeah, like,
after
oh my
saying, for
God.
everyone saying that they like screwed me over, I was just in an event at WrestleMania against Randy Orton. Like, I'm pretty sure they didn't job me out here. This was
Yeah.
incredible. Like the biggest moment of his life.
Yeah.
It was literally the biggest moment of his life. And the best part was like he's doing his gimmick thing, okay? So he's doing the turn, the camera zooms in, he does the turn, and he makes the face, and then RKO out of nowhere.
Yeah,
That's
there it
Randy
is.
Orton's big thing. It's transcended. RKO out of nowhere. You don't even have to know wrestling to know what it means. So they got the close-up on him, and then all of a sudden you just see a bicep come up, drop him for the RKO on the close-up. And then he gets up and does his thing and turns around to the camera and does his pose. It was so cool.
It was so
fun to watch.
So fun to see.
Yeah.
Then Logan Paul beat AJ Styles. The less we talk about that, the better.
You know Logan Paul. You remember this guy, right?
Right.
He's got that brother
that's
that
the-
boxed and they
Right,
these Paul
okay.
brothers.
The
It's
Japan
worst
Suicide
thing.
Forest guy.
Yeah, there's a good one.
Yeah, he's
Bad
a
guy.
walking, talking human piece of garbage.
Yeah.
I would argue,
Yeah.
who I'm so angry at because he's so damn good as a
talented. I know.
wrestler.
Everybody gets upset because he's really good.
Because
at
he's
it.
so fucking
And
good.
no one likes him.
And then he beat AJ Styles, which makes me
And
sad.
AJ is one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. Like, shout out to the Bullet Club. Everything that dude's done has just been, he turns to gold. Like one of the greatest wrestlers in the history of wrestling. And to have him job out to this
Logan Paul.
jabroni, yeah.
It's sucky. So we'll just move on. We'll move on.
Yeah, garbage.
Female tag team championship match. Way better than it had any business being.
Interesting.
Quasi-professional stripper Liv Morgan
Whoa.
and her heavy Raquel Gonzalez Rodriguez, champions, take on Lyra Valkyrie and her fellow Irish woman, the returning man, Becky Lynch.
Oh,
Very cool.
Oh. We love Becky Lynch.
We do love Becky Lynch. I'm a huge Becky Lynch fan. I have a bunch of Becky Lynch shirts.
Yes, you do.
If I was gonna have like a pretty lady tattooed on my body somewhere, it would probably be Becky Lynch. Just because I really love Becky Lynch. I like that she's a professionally trained clown.
That's it.
I like that she came up through wrestling on her own. I like
Loves
that nobody
puns.
saw her coming.
Loves puns.
Like she's so good. She's so freaking good.
Please tell me this is a good match.
It was a great match. It was an absolutely great match. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, I think, are way better than they get credit for.
Yeah.
And Lyra's also good. And Becky was a little rusty, but, and this is a big thing that I'm going to say against all those Charlotte Flair people out there, Becky came back with her own face. On her face, where it belongs. And she was gone for a year. Funny how that works.
Interesting, isn't it?
And she didn't come back looking as like a clone of herself.
Yikes.
And then her and Lyra Valkyrie won the tag titles. It was so good.
Boom.
And then lost them back the next night on Raw.
Which is I was waiting for that, yeah.
I don't understand why they did that. They could have just not, but they did.
Yeah.
And here we are. But the match was good, and it was a lot of fun. It was cool to see the crowd be really happy to see Becky Lynch back.
Yeah.
And she's got one of those theme songs that the crowds like to sing.
Very cool.
Which is fun to watch, too. I enjoy that.
Hey, we're running up against it.
Last match.
Here we go.
John Cena. The evil, dastardly John Cena.
Bad guy.
Ooh, the bad guy, John Cena, taking on Cody Rhodes, the ultimate face.
Good guy.
Everybody loves Cody Rhodes except me.
Maggie, don't eat that paper. Good girl. Go ahead.
John Cena. His heel turn, I swear to you, it feels like I am a Make-A-Wish person.
Yeah.
And John Cena called me personally on the phone and he said, Brando, what do you want me to do?
Yeah.
And I told him, I want you to be a bad guy, and I want you to say you're going to ruin wrestling, and I want you to go to WrestleMania 41, and I want you to strip the title off of Cody Rhodes in the most despicable, dastardly, rapper-related way you possibly can. And you know what John Cena said to me, you guys? You know what he said to me? He said to me personally on the phone,
What do you say?
absolutely, bro, I will do that for you. That's what he said. And then he went out there, and he did it. And all the little kids cried, and the little kid inside of Brando was so happy to see John Cena, the eternal good guy. Just like we talked about earlier with the New Day, right? They've always been good guys. They'll never be bad guys. And everybody wanted the heel turn. They needed John Cena to be a bad guy. And now he is. And it's the most magical thing I can imagine. Seeing him scowl just makes me happy.
And telling you it's all your fault.
Yeah.
You a fan? I'm doing this because of you.
Yeah. People are chanting that you guys never even apologized for booing me and treating me like crap. And the crowd actually chanted, we are sorry.
Yeah. To this guy who's
and then
turned
he just
heel.
continued cutting him down. Like, it's so awesome to see him. I'm so happy he beat Ric Flair's record.
Yeah.
I'm happy he did it at WrestleMania. I'm happy he did it with like no pyro and no entrance and no nothing.
Black screen.
Black
Everyone loves
screen.
his song. No, he don't
Walks to the fucking ring just scowling and every. Oh my God.
It's nuts, man.
I was actually cheering in my living room.
And to have the finish, like everyone's out there saying it's the worst finish in the history of WrestleMania. Because the rapper, what's Travis Scott?
Travis Scott.
Travis Scott was the reason that Cody Rhodes lost to John Cena. That's sort of the gimmick that they're going with.
Okay.
And people are very upset that this rapper guy is making the impact, so much so that they're ripping on The Rock now, which is pretty wild. Saying like The Rock was supposed to be a part of this. Yeah.
They figured that The Rock probably should have did it instead of,
Travis
because at
Scott.
least he's a wrestler. But the fact is, The Rock didn't belong there to start with.
Not only that, you want to piss off as many people as possible. And the best way to do that is getting some rapper guy to come in and be
Yeah.
the reason for it.
Exactly. And I don't even know who Travis Scott is.
Me either, man. I thought he was.
You're a
I thought he was a
music guy?
motorbicyclist.
Maybe.
Oh no, that's Travis Pastrami.
Yeah.
Travis Scott.
Travis Pastrami's married to Pink, right?
Does he have a song
No.
that people know?
That was
Yeah. Well, there you
Carrie
go. None of us can.
Hart.
Corey Hart married to Pink. Good for him, dude.
Oh yeah.
Pink's a
yeah,
nice
not a
lady.
good person. So there you go. WrestleMania. Why don't we wake up Frankie here and make our way out, Dragoon, as we get ready. I do want to say, before we get to the closing, Heartworks this Friday, April 25th, Eventbrite. You can get your tickets now. It's a lot of fun. Fundraiser for our friends over at the Saskatoon Food Bank and Learning Center. I am emceeing it yet again. I got my emotional support human, Royal Anders, that's going to be there with me as well.
Oh, great.
And it's a live auction and artisan exhibit that will showcase and celebrate the diverse world of art in all its forms. It's coming up right away this Friday, April 25th. Be sure to get some tickets and help us help our friends over at the Saskatoon Food Bank and Learning Center, as it's a very, very, very fun event. To Matt from all the bands working the dump today, I hope you enjoyed the wrestling show today, as you'll be back next week and we'll get back into it. And Uncle Brando, I think we're going to make sure we keep you around as well because you're here
thanks.
anyway. So thank you to you for filling in today and giving us a full recap of WrestleMania, as there's a lot going on. Uncle Mike, who you see here every Tuesday from all the natural products. Do you feel like you watched all the Mania now after that recap?
I definitely, got my fill of wrestling. I mean, I was still stuck in like The Undertaker and Macho Man, so a lot of new names. A lot of to filter through. Who's that guy that had the toothpick? Who was like
Razor Ramon. Say hello to the bad guy.
Yes, I remember
That's
that
my
guy
dude.
too. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very cool that we have someone here who got to watch the whole thing, because as far as entertainment goes, it's the biggest entertainment. They call it the Super Bowl for a reason. The Super Bowl of wrestling. Like this is big time. So if you're gonna spotlight one thing, it's probably WrestleMania. I'm very happy we had you to recap that for us. To Dragoon on the ones and twos today. Thank you very much, young man. You were fantastic as always. And Royal Anders, I love you, buddy.
You too, buddy.
I want you to know that. I can't really hear the pianist.
I turned it down so that we could hear.
Okay, that's very nice. No, that's all good. I just want to make sure if I missed the time a little bit, you'll know why. Tomorrow, back at it. Another edition of the All the Way Around Table. Adrian the Canadian apparently back on a plane heading out. Not sure if Simon Hyatt will be around. We'll have Curtis Anderson, we'll have Coach Mazer, and so much more as our round tables and fun tables and everything in between continue to get better and better and better with every day that we grow here at the Dufferin Avenue Media Network. And to you, the most important factor in all of this, thank you for supporting us and for being a part of this each and every day, because we can't do it without you. Remember that. Karma's very real. Do good things, they'll start happening to you. Have a great rest of your Tuesday.
Bye, everybody.
Smell you later.
I heard it.